Good morning and welcome to Cindy's Corner. Today, boys and girls, I thought it was only appropriate that I read this book because I'm in Arkansas and we're getting ready for an Arctic blast. And that means it's going to be cold and the wind chill and it could be below zero. And it's supposed to be below freezing for like 10 days. So let's read this book. If you've got it, it's a very special Snowflake. Go get it so that you can follow along. And my boys and girls, my AR testers, it is a level 2-5 book, level 2-5 for my AR testers. Here's our title page, A Very Special Snowflake. Brr, makes me cold just thinking about it. The author is Don Hoffman. The illustrator is Todd Dakins. On the day of the big snowstorm, Jeff and Veronica were playing with their new puppy, Snowflake. Veronica glanced out the window. "It's like a winter wonderland out there," she said. "Let's take Snowflake outside," said Jeff. "We can play in the snow." Okay, and he's white too, isn't he? You think he's going to get lost in the snow? Let's see. Here he goes. They bundled up in their snowsuits and dashed out the door. So soft snowflakes whirled all around them. They were as white and fluffy as the puppy's fur. Just snowing right on down. Whoa, isn't that pretty? It's a winter wonderland right there, isn't it? Yeah, lots of busy people. Uh-oh, you think they're excited? Snowflake barked with excitement and dove into a snowbank. Jeff and Veronica saw her tail peeking out of the white snow. Then, suddenly, she was gone. "Where is Snowflake?" cried Veronica. "We have to find her." Oh no, they're looking for her. See her right there? Their neighbor was shoveling the sidewalk. "Mrs. Bigsby," they called. "Have you seen Snowflake?" Mrs. Bigsby stopped shoveling. "Goodness, what are you talking about? I can't keep up with all those snowflakes. There are so many of them." Jeff and Veronica looked at each other. They shrugged and ran on to ask someone else. They weren't asking the right question, were they? Their friend, the florist, pulled up in his truck. He was carrying a large bouquet. "Mr. James," they called to him, "have you seen Snowflake?" Mr. James was busy protecting his flowers from the storm. "I've got to keep moving, kids. All these snowflakes will freeze my prize roses." Jeff and Veronica looked at each other. They sighed and ran on. People aren't understanding them, are they? Next, they spotted the neighborhood baker. He was delivering cakes for a party. "Mr. Ripple," they called, "have you seen Snowflake?" Mr. Ripple smiled broadly and held up his cakes. "You bet. These snowflakes have inspired me. I've decorated all my cakes with fluffy white icing today." White icing. Jeff and Veronica looked at each other. They shook their heads and ran on. He didn't understand them either, did he? Just up the street, the policewoman was standing at her corner. "Officer Huffy," they called to her. "Have you seen Snowflake?" Officer Huffy proudly put her hands on her hips. "Never fail, children," she shouted. "It's hard for cars to see you with all these snowflakes falling. But I can help you cross the street." Jeff and Veronica looked at each other. They giggled and ran on. The mail carrier came trudging down the street. She was carrying her heavy mail bag. "Miss Jane," they called to her. "Have you seen Snowflake?" "Neither rain nor wind nor snowflakes can stop me," she called back. "Stand aside, children. I'm off to finish my route." "No one understands," cried Veronica. "What will we do?" Nobody understands her. Uh-oh. Laying in the snow. Look right back here. The children flopped down in a snowbank to rest. They were worried that they might never see their puppy again. Then, all of a sudden, they noticed a red ball moving near the snowbank. A puppy was pushing it. Who do you think it is? "Snowflake!" Veronica exclaimed. "You've been here all this time." "That's not a snowflake. That's a puppy," exclaimed their neighbors. Jeff patted the puppy's head and grinned happily. "This is who we were looking for all along," he exclaimed. "She is our very special snowflake." There she is. Now, here's your challenge. Why did no one understand what they were looking for? I want you to tell me in the comments, why did none of the people understand why and what they were doing? Why did they understand? Why did they not understand? So tell me in your comments, and you can add a little. Have you ever had something that had a name and people didn't understand it? If you had a pet with a special name, tell me that in your comments as well. Because, it could be like dough. You could be rolling the dough. No, that could be my puppy's name or my kitty cat's name or my turtle's name. Tell me something that has been a little different name for your pet. All right, make sure you answer the challenge. Why could the people not understand Veronica and, what was his name? Veronica and, I just went blank. What was the little boy's name? Jeff. Why could the people not understand Veronica and Jeff? Tell me in your comments. And what could Veronica, challenge 2, what could Veronica and Jeff had said otherwise instead of what they did say? All right? Make sure you tell me in your comments. And if you haven't hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, go ahead and do that, and make sure you can share me with your friends, because you don't want them to miss story time with Cindy. And boys and girls and my teachers out there, go ahead and share me with your colleagues and shoot me an email. And that's to Cindy's Corner 21@gmail.com. And I'll read something special for your class. Have a great day. And remember, most important, give somebody a hug and tell them you love them.